Dear student, welcome in the class. Today we are going to discuss the various components of nursery and basically the layout components and the mother plants or mother blocks and their features. So the outlines, we will discuss about the planning of nursery unit. We will discuss about how to raise the nursery plants and what after care should be taken. We will also discuss about the selection and maintenance of mother plant for birdwood. So first, how to plan the nursery, that is very important. And we know that the nursery is the place where young plants are grown, raised, and you are going to take care these planting materials until they are going to be at the right stage, are going to achieve the right stage uh, when they can be lifted out for the plantation. What are the actual objective of uh, any kind of you can say nursery? The important thing is to raise the healthy and disease free uh, stocks and to distribute plant material in the mass level to large scale level, and this will be very easy to distribute the planting materials to those who are having very little knowledge of the nursery raising techniques. It is also a way to introduce the exotic species into the population, and the planting of nursery grown in the surest method of artificially regenerated poor and barren sites means you are capable to develop such kind of nursery and plant them into the wasteland, or you can say the uh, poor and barren lands. So these lands can be rejuvenated or you can say redeveloped. Uh, Another, the replacement of casualties of is also very important. The nursery plants which are grown at somewhere and going to be dead, they needs to be replaced properly on time so that the orchard will remain uh, in a. So, what are the important points that we have to take care? First is the site selection for the nursery. We have to take care many of the points while we are selecting the site for the nursery. What is needed? You can go for the selection of site where the water should be available throughout the year, because a nursery unit is always in need of frequent and light irrigation. So it should have sufficient area to accommodate the required number of seedlings, and it should have proper facilities. Generally, the nursery area should be flat or with slight inclination so that it will allow sufficient drainage also. And area must be accessible or close to the road so that there should be proper transportation. Other is the area must have good soil condition. Dry sandy loam or loam topsoil of about 30 centimeters is always good, and with 5.5 to 6.5 pH, high quality organic matter are always important. This slight acidic soil is always preferred because uh, above that salinity is always harmful for the planting materials, and if it is going below, it will be too acidic to make some nutrients not available for the plants. And so another thing is area must have good exposure to sunlight so that there should not be deficiency, and it should be protected well from the strong wind by providing some wind breakers. It may be temporary wind breakers or it may be permanent wind breakers in form of green belt where the trees can withstand a strong wind. So these are the things which are important, and we have to take care. What are the major steps in nursery layout? And we should be aware about that. There are major components in the nursery, and we have to take care while we are finalizing a nursery layout. Mother block, there should be mother block. We will discuss more in detail about this. Mother block is one of the area which is very important, and acts as a source of you can say uh, cyan bird, and you can say as a source of uh, cuttings and layerings, because these are the true varieties, true to the type varieties which are going to be a commercial in that region, and that's why they are going to be marketed in the to the common people. So this blog is very important and is of great significance in any nursery area. The another is the seed beds, because these are the areas where we can develop seedlings. That seedlings can be utilized for root stock during the budding and grafting. Pot yard should be there where you can go for the pot filling. You should have a growing media. You should have pots, poly bags, so that you can easily fill up the growing media. So for the planting of plantation of cuttings or layered rooted plants, or even the budded and grafted plant. So another is the packaging yard or working shed. Means it is the place where you can go for the packing of planting materials which are ready to go for marketed, and it is what there should be working shed so that the people can work after sitting inside that. Should have a compost pit, because this is the regular need of the plants. So that's why it is essential. Another is the irrigation system. There must be proper support of the irrigation system, because the water management is very important in this region. There should be sufficient facility for drainage of excess water, as well as the roads for transportation. There should be administration and operational office, because these areas are the main center for the record keeping, and you can say for the promotion of the nursery. Another is the fences and windbreaks for protection from the, you can say, the climatic factors, and as well as from the biotic and so you can see that one of the general layout of nursery, and you can understand that what are the important components in that nursery. So in the practicals that you have visited the field, and you have taken the layout of the nursery field, you can draw this nursery layout as a part or component of assignment, which has to be submitted. So go through these components and prepare the layout well and submit on. The another important topic is related to the aftercare and raising of nursery components. So nursery plants, as we know that it needs due care, it needs due attention. So once it is emerged from the seeds, or it has been grafted or budded over that, or even taken from the tissue culture technique, the major task is to management of nursery, which includes all such operation from the emergence of young plantlets till they are fully grown up and are ready for uprooting and transplanting in the main fields. So another, these are the some important activities. One is the potting and seedlings. So we know that we have to develop, we have to grow seedlings, we have to go for the potting in it. We have to go for the manuring, proper fertilization and irrigation. We have to go for plant protection measures. So proper and protective approach to keep the plants under the proper protection. So weed control is another aspect where you are going to remove the weeds. You are going to uh, you are going to provide a clean condition or atmosphere to the plants. Sufficient facility to protect against the heat and cold under heat conditions, under tropical condition, or sunny days you can have shade net to protect it. Under colder condition you should have polyhouse structure to protect the planting materials and the seedlings. So that is very important. Packing of nursery plants is another important aspect that is important, as the plantlets needs to be transported for long distance for the plantation, so they needs to be properly packed. Cell management is another important thing. You have to keep the records, and thereafter you can have uh, We can have a cost benefit analysis, economic analysis for understanding the advantage or economic aspect of the nursery management. So another is the management of mother plant, which is very important, and we will discuss in detail. This is the site from where you can find out some reading materials regarding mother plant. As we have discussed, the mother block, which have mother plants, and the mother plant maintenance for the isolating healthy budwood is very important. We should select the proper mother plant and we should maintain it. What is mother plants? This is very important. A nursery man is having all a progeny tree for the, you can say, these progeny trees for different varieties and different species. So these are grown in the specific area in the nursery. These plants are what mother plants. The major criteria for selection of mother plant is that it should be genetically true to the type and a very known variety of that region, so that you will be able to grow it on and sell it because of the demand. So mother plant should be healthy and free from any kind of disease, pest infestation, any kind of physiological disorder. It should be free from the weed. So it should be quite healthy. It should have very well-known pedigree records. Their parents and their source is always important, and their ability to bear, their quality of fruits, their problems, their yield efficiency, their productivity, all records need to be managed properly. No doubt, it should have a prolific bearing ability, it should have timely bearing ability, regular bearing ability. So these are the things which needs regularly needs to be taken. The root stock is another block which and we should always take care of the following criteria for the selection of root stock. It should be dwarfing or semi-dwarfing so that it can be utilized for high density plantation, and it should have capability to know compatibility with the known commercial cultivars, that is mother cultivars, so that the plants, grafted and budded plants, will survive well. Should have ability to resist against the biotic and abiotic stresses, so that the planting or the rootstock should be compatible with that climatic region, and it will be able to carry out the grafted or budded plants for better growth and development and commercial yield. So rootstock should have well developed and profuse root system. That is another important aspect, and it should be easy to propagate vegetatively or from the seeds. Any methods can be used, but the propagation should be easy and convenient. How to plant the mother plants, that is very important, and after proper selection, they are on the basis of their quantitative and qualitative traits. Mother plants are planted in nursery, and as per the recommended distance, they should be properly cared out for the nutrients and all intercultural practices till it is going to attain the optimum vegetative growth, and they should be properly tagged, classified on the basis of types and varieties. And when in case of ornamental mother plants, they are planted under polyhouse or shed net because they are a little bit shed loving. Some of the leading varieties for the Maharashtra and southern India, which may vary from the different region, different countries. So for the mango, Kesar, Alfonso, Sindhu, Ratna. So in northern India, it is Langda, which is quite preferred. It is the Sari, which is quite preferred. Sapota is Kalipatti, cricket ball are common and good, well adopted cultivars. In guava, Sardar guava or even Allahabad Safeda, Lalit varieties are some important and common commercial varieties. In pomegranate, Ganesh, Bhagwa, G137. So in Bear, again Numrao, Kadaka, Sanor 1, 2, there are many variants, and Punjab, Chwara, Maroon are some common. In Cassonet Vangola series, many of them like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are well adopted, and coconuts are having wide range of variations. In grapes, you can go for the Sarat seedless, or you can go for the Thompson seedless, Birdlet, Beauty seedless. Varieties are well accepted in the different. How to maintain the mother plants, that is another important point. Mother plants, we know that it is very important and integral part, and the success of any nursery depends on the health and vigor of the mother plant. So it is very important to maintain and identify the qualitatively better mother plants for the mother block. So that it will be able to produce a healthy and vigorous offspring. After selection, the proper care and maintenance of these plants is another essential and important task, so that you will be able to obtain vigorous and healthy growth. And it can be achieved by taking appropriate care. So the common mother plants are irrigated regularly. There is a need of proper irrigation, proper fertilization, proper manure treatment, proper disease and pest control, proper application of fungicides, insecticide. There is a need of aftercare. All operations are necessary to be carried out on time so that you can get healthy and vigorous bud sticks. So the first dose of manure and fertilizer is given in June and July. That is very important. The second split dose you can apply in September, October. And we here the mother plant, the target is not to transform the vegetative growth into the reproductive. In the mother block, we need vegetative growth because we need cyan buds, we need to cutting sticks, we need bud sticks, so that we need to keep the vegetative growth continued, and so that we will be able to harvest maximum number of bud sticks. So the health is also regularly, it is necessary to be tested, and it should be keep virus free, disease free. We should have to maintain the register record also, their pedigree, their offsprings, their bearing habit. So these all things needs to be kept as a record for proper, you can say, management.